So this is a special look inside Holly Ballard Martz's temporary studio during COVID 2020. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Laura. This is my home studio, working on a couple pieces for the Gates Foundation. And I'm currently working on a piece about their work trying to eradicate infectious diseases. And it is a red cross. And I am currently inscribing text into the encaustic that's on the surface of the cross. In the center, there's a little box that's been silver leafed that will be holding a glass syringe showing the preciousness of vaccines, which I think if we weren't all aware of it before, we certainly know now how precious and important vaccines are in terms of our global health. So I am using a template, a little stencil to do my text. And I have a little needle tool that I am inscribing the words into the wax. And I was telling Laura a little earlier that one of the most important things is I really have to pay attention to what I'm doing, because it's really easy for me to skip a letter and then the whole thing is ruined and I have to scrape it all back and start over from the very beginning, which is not a fun thing to do. So if I look like I'm paying a lot of attention and hesitating as I start each new letter, it's because I really am. I want to make sure I spell things properly. And right now I am inscribing equitable, sustainable disease eradication, which is something that the Gates Foundation is focused on throughout the globe.
Do you have to heat that wax up or before you start inscribing?
No, I don't. So it's, the encaustic is a surface that is, it gets hard, but in parentheses, right? It's not ever really, you can always stick a fingernail into it. You can always stick some sort of tool into it, even when it's cured completely. It will cure a little bit tougher over time, but it's always going to be a little bit susceptible to scratching, which for my purposes is great. When I embed things into the wax, I do have to heat it up as I go, but as I'm just using this tool to inscribe into it, I don't have to warm it up. Paint dry on it, but it's what I've been spending my days doing the last few days.
Where are you going to finish the sides of the cross?
So the sides of the cross are going to have, I've done some silver leafing on them that I actually are going to have to touch up, but they're going to have these blister pill packs. Let's pull off some of this thread off of here, but so I can show you, give you somewhat of an idea. So these blister pill packs are going to get attached to the side, so they'll have this really great texture.
Yeah.
And another method of delivering antiviral drugs and vaccines to the world. So it'll have that nice texture all the way around.
Nice.
And then I'm trying to figure out where I put hang on a second, I'll be right back off camera looking for I don't know. Oh, I know where I put it. Never mind, I can't get to it right now. I was going to show you the syringe that goes, the glass syringe that goes in the center, but it's somewhere in the mess that is, you can't see the boxes and things that are piled around me as I'm trying to stay a little bit organized, but it's hard when I sort of grabbed things haphazardly out of my studio to get them home so that I could keep working.
Well, I appreciate this inside look at what you're doing.
Well, really interesting to be working on a piece about infectious diseases at this time. I'm incredibly grateful to have work and to have had this commission from the Gates Foundation, and also really honored to be honoring their work. I mean, it just couldn't be more timely.
Yeah, absolutely.